There are some childhood memories so vivid it seems that the events they bring to mind happened only yesterday. The same goes for physical pieces of our past. Something like an old sports uniform or your first pair of dance shoes can spark visions of yesterday. Whatever it is, those memories stick with us. And sometimes they even follow us and guide us into our future. At least that's what Samantha learned from a couple in Cape Elizabeth.
Are we doing two-day cutoff ads as well or no?
I think so, yeah.
Christina Livada and her husband Drake are the driving forces behind the main company ChappyWrap, a luxury blanket line that was created by Christina's mom Beth and was inspired by a piece of her childhood.
This was our Lammy blanket. My mom grew up with this blanket. She had 3 sisters. When they were all grown up and gone, my mom ended up with this blanket and she passed it on to my brother and I, and we grew up with the same blanket and would fight over it. Family movie night, who was gonna get the blanket first? It was the good blanket, no matter how many other blankets we had in the house. So we started kind of looking around for more because we wanted more in the house so that people weren't fighting over it as much. Yeah. And then it became a running joke because we were like, okay, why can't we find a blanket like this? Someone needs to start a business.
Fast forward to 2006, and that running joke would become a reality.
When my mom first started the business, it was, a lot of kind of obviously figuring out production and design work and branding and all the things that come along with that. She had been home with my brother and I for a number of years, but had a business background and a marketing background and kind of knew she could take it on and give it a shot. The first, honestly, 12 years of the business were mostly kind of word of mouth, in-person events, school fundraisers, holiday gift markets. I was helping her as much as I could in those early days. And, she and I kind of always said, wouldn't it be fun someday to do this together? And, it seems like we're really kind of onto something here. Like, do you think we can make it bigger?
And then Christina met Drake.
I think it was 2012 when I first got exposed to ChappyWrap. Christina and I had just started dating. We were living in Boston at the time, and I remember Beth was packing up to go to the Wellesley Holiday Boutique, which now, looking back, is the ChappyWrap Super Bowl. And I remember thinking to myself, this lady's crazy. Like, she's gonna go sell all these blankets at this holiday show. Came back later in the afternoon to help out and to break down the booth. And she had sold every single blanket. And at that point, I was like, she's onto something. Fast forward almost 10 years later, here I am working full time with my wife, doing ChappyWrap. And yeah, never thought in my wildest dreams that we'd be doing this together.
Almost 2 decades later, the blanket business is good. The company has grown, rebranded, and reinvented itself within the digital market space. The quality, Christina says, hasn't changed.
We manufacture our blankets in Germany. It's a really unique manufacturing process. They're a high-quality yarn that's made in Europe, and everything's woven on a jacquard loom. So our designs are woven right into the fabric. They're made from a cotton blend, so they're primarily natural cotton, and then they also have a fill fiber inside them. So you get that softness of the natural cotton while also getting the durability that comes along with the fill fiber.
Some people might see this and go, wait a second, why are you manufacturing these in Germany and not here? Is it more expensive to do it here?
No, there's actually nowhere to make them here.
There's nowhere to make them?
There's nowhere to make them here, yeah. So we manufacture them in Europe, again, with this great partner, but you can't make these products in the States. So that's another thing that's really unique about them.
And while the business has been growing, so has the Livada family.
We relaunched the business like June 2nd of 2019, and she was born June 20th. Right after we relaunched the company. So literally I was like putting in shipments at our fulfillment center and responding to customer emails in the hospital bed after she was born. Oh. And my mom was there too. And then we brought her home from the hospital, and it was my mom and I in our living room with the baby in the bouncer, and me taking customer phone calls and talking to our mill, and my mom and I just tag teaming.
That teamwork has helped the company grow. It's an approach Christina and Drake believe will help launch them into the future.
I think a lot of people have a lot of really good ideas when they start businesses, but to have this product that is really inspired by family, I think has been really special. And then to be able to go into business with your mom and eventually your husband. I mean, again, it wasn't on the bingo card, but just like really just so special.
Right now, you can only purchase ChappyWraps from their online storefront, But Samantha did ask if the couple envisions opening a flagship store. Christina says if they ever do open a storefront, it will be here in Maine.